The Aztec calendar stone was carved from solidified lava in the late 15th century. It is over 500 years old and was apparently lost for 300 years until workers doing repairs in Mexico City unearthed a massive stone bearing ancient symbols in 1790. It turns out to be a representation of the Aztec calendar and has become a national treasure. The stone, also called the Sunstone, is located in Mexico's National Museum of Anthropology. It weighs about 24 tons, which is the weight of about 12 cars. The stone is about 3 feet thick and measures 12 feet across. We don't know just how it was used, sacrificial altar, sundial, calendar, but we do know that it predicts solar eclipses.
All right, my artists, so to create your own sunstone, you are going to need, of course, a piece of paper. Now remember, it can be a smaller size, it could be a bigger size. So you can work with a 6x6 or an 8x8 or an 8x11, your choice of size, whatever is up to you. Second, something to draw with, such as a pencil, a black marker, a pen, a Sharpie. It's up to you, and whatever you want to do with color, I am going to use smelly markers. Crowns, markers, pencils, whatever you have, it totally works. And lastly, you want to find something and objects that are around, so go around your house, your classroom, your bedroom, and find things that are circular that you can trace, such as plastic containers, cups, markers, not markers. I'm thinking of my marker container. So anything that has like a round bottom or a round top. Lids are really good too. So I have my hand sanitizer with my little one here that has a little circle. I have my bigger hand sanitizer, see? So think of different things with different size circles. I have my chalk container that I can use. I have a tiki glass that you can use. I even have a plastic bowl. So plastic bowls, mugs, and cups are really good to use for tracers. And even I have a piece of a paper plate. It might fit on your paper. This was a little too short, so I'm not going to use the paper plate on mine. All right, so I'm going to gather all my other stuff that I need, and I will join you in the drawing camp. Paper ready, and I got all of my objects I'm going to use to trace. So what you want to do is you're going to start with your largest object. So whatever has the bigger room, so you can see which one, if I flip this over, which one is smaller and which one is bigger, and the biggest one is actually the green bowl. So I'm simply going to flip over my green bowl, and I am going to take my time and trace around it. So you want to make sure your object is centered and trace around. Now take your time, and you might have to, what I just did here was I started and then I couldn't go anywhere because I couldn't get through my other side. So I had to come back and start on the other side a little bit. So I got one circle. Now I'm going to take my next object. That's the next size down. I'm going to try to place it the best I can in the middle here. And I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not measuring it. I'm just eyeballing. And I'm simply going to trace around. Now, I would definitely not probably use a Sharpie because sometimes you can't get Sharpie off on things. So definitely make a washable marker or a pencil. And you can always just retrace your lines too, because sometimes the marker gets on the glass and you can't get it off. All right, so next we're going to use our next size circle down, so our smaller circle. Trace around. And then lastly, your smaller one. Now it's up to you of how many circles you have. You can have, I would say, at least 3 to 5 circles of different sizes. And make sure you hold your object down as you trace. And if you need help from somebody else, it's all right. You can ask them. You can step away from the video a little bit. You can pause this video and go get some help and have got some help. All right, so there are my different circles. So I'm going to show you my finished ones to get an idea. So here are my two finished ones, and what we're going to do next is we're going to create our faces in the center. And then after we create our faces, we're going to do a different pattern in each of these circle rings. All right, and you can even add, like I did with my last one, you can add some flair on the side if your paper allows you to do that. All right, so let's create a face in the center. You can have a happy face, a sad face, a silly face. It's totally up to you. I'm going to draw kind of like a closed eyes. And give them some eyelashes, some eyebrows. And if you're having a trouble or you're stuck of what kind of face to draw, check out maybe the emojis. If you have a cell phone, you can check out the emojis just to get you some ideas of different facial expressions, which might actually help you with your own ideas. You don't have to do a nose. I'm not going to do a nose, and I'm just going to do a simple mouth with a little smile. All right, so then for our next circle or a ring, I'm going to add kind of like the triangles of a sun ray. But you can do anything you want to. This is your sunstone creation. And like in the Aztec Sunstone, the tongue was hanging out. So you can have a tongue hanging out. It could be a scary one, a nice one. It's totally up to you of what your face looks like. All right, so next I'm gonna add maybe I'll add some circles to my next one. All right, so there's my finished sunstone drawing. I might even add another circle around or not. So it's totally up to you of how far your sun goes out from your page. You can even add more designs in the background if you choose to. All right, so I'm going to color mine in. So making sure that you share your artwork with me, okay, at aschuler@pathwayschool.org. And I'm going to add color to mine. So make sure, just have fun, create art, and never know what you might find interesting and enjoy, and you never know where that might lead you.